Good morning to everybody. I hope we are all doing good. It's a brand new day. It's almost halfway through the week, and I'm so excited that, it's almost the weekend again. This is a topic that I've been toying with in my head and trying to raise awareness about for a while now. But I guess today is the day that we actually have the space and time to talk about some of these issues. There are a lot of us who know somebody or suspect that there might be somebody that is going through this kind of a situation. That is, by the way, very difficult for the person that is in it and can be typically very frustrating for the person that loves this person who is the victim of this type of situation and wondering what it is that you can do to save your loved one from this kind of a predicament. So, this lady that is in this pictured piece on this video here is somebody that was battered for no apparent reason by somebody she calls a spouse. And if you look at the picture critically, you can also see that there's a child between the legs and the hand that has been badly battered there. You can see the head of a child literally toppled over this woman. I'm about to take the picture off because it's quite gory and graphic, but I chose to put this up to really drive in the point that this is what is happening. This is a 2024 picture. This is not something that was from a long time ago. And there's still a lot of people that are continuing to suffer this kind of atrocity in 2024 for all sorts of reasons. Some of them don't even make any sense. Not to make any excuses for anybody who is a victim to this kind of atrocity here. But today I really wanted to have this discourse about the reasons why. Why is it that some of our sisters decide that this is the best option for them, and that when they're going through these kinds of situations, that they feel that they're stuck. There's no other hope. This is all that it's always going to be. I need to remain in this. This is my lot in life. And the first thing that I wanted to address or talk about here is that there's a lot of things that unfortunately society, and especially in our community, there's a lot of unhealthy behavior that we condone. Oh, when you go to a lot of different communities and there's a woman who is a victim to this kind of situation and they go to report it to somebody, the first question they get asked is, but what did you do? He was just disciplining you. What did you do to warrant all of this? And the $1 million question is there any situation? Is this acceptable behavior under any circumstance? And if you look at that picture, this woman was somebody that the husband had gone to their house, like to see the parents, and paid bride price for this woman. Promised the family that he was going to love and look after this woman. Forsaking all others, he was going to remain true to her. But there has come a point also when he has now resorted to violence to solve issues. You'll be amazed that so many people in 2024, so many of our sisters in 2024 are suffering this kind of atrocity in today's world because of COVID. And actually, as a result of COVID, there are a lot more people that are living day in, day out, masking it all with makeup and fake smiles. They may be your next door neighbor. It may be somebody you know, but there are a lot of people that are in this situation or worse and don't even know how to get out of the situation. And because society makes out that in certain cultures it's acceptable for one partner to think that when the other person does something that they don't like, that they can play judge and administer justice or punishment for atrocities that are committed, then this is how we end up with situations like the ones that we are talking about this morning. The second issue is that, when you live in a situation for a very long time, and the very fabric of you, your emotions, the way that you feel, how you value yourself, is continuously attacked and undermined, you get to a point where you just don't even have any resolve, any drive, any self-esteem, any self-worth left to think that there can be any situation that is better than what you find yourself in. The people who do these things to you make you feel like you're nothing. Nobody else is going to want you. You have to stay in this because I'm the prize. I'm the best thing that is ever going to happen to you. And if you dare leave me, you are never going to find anybody that's going to be like me. There are a lot of my sisters who can't leave these kinds of situations because the man is your source of livelihood. He feeds you, he clothes you, the hair that you will wear, the dress that you wear, the knickers that you wear, like every single little ounce of you, you rely on this person to be able to do it. And so you're thinking, how can I get out of this situation? If I get out of this now, what am I going to eat? How are my children going to feed? I have 4 children. If I leave this man now, which man is going to look after me with 4 children? And these are just some of the reasons why it is not as easy for some people to just up and leave just like that without a plan. But the $1 million question is it better to be safe and alive, or in this situation where you're always living on eggshells, you don't know when the fatal punch is going to come, and you think that this is the source of livelihood for me, so no matter what happens, I will remain. A lot of the time, when the cycle of the person DVing on you happens, it is soon after that followed by a short spell of the honeymoon phase, where the person is love bombing you. They will kneel down and apologize for what happened. You see, you made me do this. If you hadn't said this to me, if you had just listened to me and just done what I asked you to do, none of this would have happened. You're the one that pushed me to do that. They may even buy you gifts. Yeah, things that will make you feel, oh, this man is remorseful. He is sorry. It's the devil's work. Oh, go and pray about it. Let us join our sister in prayer so that the husband will change, turn on a new leaf, become somebody different. And that all of this is going to help change the situation. But you and I both know that it doesn't last very long. It's only until the next time when, according to the person who is DVing you, they have decided that you have put your foot wrong again, and it is time to get an even more severe punishment than what you got before. I'm really trying for us to understand why some of our sisters choose that this is a better situation to be in than to be by themselves and to be safe. Because there's so many communities in this world, in our circles, people that look like me and you, that have made marriage the ultimate, is the end all and be all. A deviant, abusive relationship is still better than no relationship. And in certain circles, being unmarried is seen as the worst possible thing that can happen. How can you be single? What do you mean by you're single? And so a lot of us think that, oh, he'll change. Oh, he will change. Let me just pray for him. Maybe you're not praying hard enough. There's so many of our sisters that are victims to this. And because the man is a respectable person in society, even when we talk about these things, who is even going to believe me? That this man who laughs with everybody, this man who is so helpful to community, this man that is everybody says is so loving, can do this kind of a thing to his spouse. So some of the sisters remain in their situation because they feel that if they go and talk to anybody about it, nobody is even going to buy that story anyway. Imagine that the person that is measuring out this level of injustice to the wife is a respectable member of society. Maybe the person is a politician. The person is the leader of a church. He's a pastor, an apostle, a prophet. That everybody looks up to him to lead. And even if you go and say something, you must have done something. And that is why he did that to you. You deserve it. What did you say? What did you go and do? Why did you aggravate him? Why did you say something that was untoward to him? Maybe you disrespected him. And the sad, harsh reality is that a lot of the times, it is we sisters, again, that make it unsafe for some of our sisters to feel that they can be in a comfortable space to be able to talk about and discuss some of these things that are happening to them in real time. If we would stop being judgmental because you don't really fully understand the ins and outs of the situation. And I know that when you love somebody who is a victim of this, it can be very, very stressful. It can be very frustrating because a lot of the times, you who has the objective opinion that is outside of the issue, looking inside it, you think that, but this is just simple. This is just, why isn't their mind telling them that this is the worst possible situation and you have to get out of this? Why? But the simple, harsh reality is that for somebody who has been in this space for long enough, it isn't just as easy as just pack a bag and leave. And you'll be amazed how many people think that I have built so much with this man. I've invested so much time and effort in this relationship. I have this house that I bought with him. I have this car that I acquired with him. So am I supposed to leave all of these things that I have with him and go and start life afresh? And so some people think that this situation that they find themselves in is still a better situation than to not have anybody in their lives at all. It is a very difficult situation for anybody to be in. And for some people, some of our sisters, leaving the situation, it's not that they haven't thought about it, but knowing how this person is, the threats that he has been making. If I attempt to leave this person now, he has the ability to chase me down and find me wherever it is that I'm at. By choosing to leave, for some people, if you don't have a safety plan in place, if you haven't thought about it and slowly but surely fixed out a way and your exit strategy, you don't cover every base, and you just choose today to be the day that you walk, they may find you. How many of our sisters try to flee that kind of a situation and ended up 6 foot under still, because the person wouldn't even just move on and allow you to just have your life and do what it is that you want to do, because they don't think that you deserve it. I own you. I made you. You're nothing without me. And words have a lot of power. When somebody repeatedly says a particular thing to you, whether it is truth or not, the fact that it is said repeatedly is enough for a lot of us to believe this lie from the pit of hell, and to actually think that in reality that this is something that is going to happen to me. This situation is not a good situation, but it's still a better situation than whatever is out there. And don't forget that being single has never been given any good press. A lot of us think that being in this kind of situation, no matter how bad it is, at least I'm still being called Mrs. So and so. So this situation is still better than for me to not have anybody and to remain in it, just so that I can still have that covering and be somebody's wife. And that is a good enough reason for a lot of my sisters to think that this situation is all that they deserve. There doesn't have to be any better situation than what they find themselves in. Some of us also think that maybe it's my fault. It is something that I did. It is something that I said. And so a lot of my sisters find themselves perpetually pleading, begging, apologizing for something that doesn't even make any sense. But they feel personally responsible for the person's bad behavior to the point of making excuses for it. How many of us don't know, sisters, that you can just tell that this thing that is happening is not what it should be, but you can see that this person is suffering from DV. But when you talk about it, oh, I fell down the stairs, the children pushed me and I missed my balance and I bumped my head on the banister. To prove to society that we are good women, it is better to buy in your husband's house than to be a divorcee. And this is it. Because in our community, we've created this situation and this impression that being single is a disease, like having leprosy or HIV, and nobody wants to hang around you. You're not going to have any company. So it's better for me to, be in this thing. Remain in this thing, trauma bonding, remain in this situation at all costs, when you know it, that it is not serving you. I've been in situations where I suspect it, I almost know it, that is what is happening. My heart is beating for my sister. I want to get them out of the situation, but oftentimes, if the person themselves that is in the situation don't even believe that is what is happening, or that there's something that they should do about it, and that anything, leaving this situation is better than remaining in it, you can be all frustrated all you want. You can be tired all you want. You can literally want to, squeeze the living dead out of these people, because you are on the outside and you're looking in and you can see that this issue, the way it's going, this is not how it's supposed to be. But the person in it doesn't think that there's any way out of it. I just have to be in this. I just need to remain in this situation, come what may, no matter what happens. My sisters, my brothers, maybe you are not the person. If you're a brother and you're listening to me, Maybe you will never do this sort of a thing to anybody that you know in your life. But there are people who will do absolutely this. This is what somebody's husband did to them. But maybe you know somebody that is going through this very situation. You suspect that there's somebody going through this situation. My brother, please. My sister, please. Help me share this video to draw awareness that this situation is very much alive. It's very much rife. It is very much still going on, day in, day out. And help me let just that one sister of ours understand that this doesn't have to be their lot in life, that they are loved, that they deserve it, that they are honorable, that they were made for more than this, just this. My sister Benedicta says, staying in it for the kids. So, is it not better to be sane and happy and a single mom for your kids than to be living in this toxicity? How long will you trend for being divorced? It all boils down to being financially independent as a woman. And this is why I say to all of my sisters, never get into a relationship with that mindset that, oh, I'm the woman. The man is supposed to be the provider. So I'm just going into this relationship for what I think that my husband can give me. Even if it's not DV, we are all human beings. Nobody gets to live forever. We are not going to get out of this place called earth that we are living in alive. There's going to come a time when your time will be done and you'll be going 6 foot under into the next world. How are you living? And so it is important, absolutely imperative, that as a woman, you're financially independent and can stand on your own feet. Over reliance and dependence, or my husband will do this, my husband is looking after. When your husband gets sick or worse, what are you going to do? A lot of us forget ourselves when we are caught up in the honeymoon phase of the relationship, when the person is prepared to do just about anything for you. But the truth about it is that nothing lasts forever, whether good or bad. Pastors will tell you to forgive and endure. And in that picture that I sent you, that is exactly what this sister was told. Oh, we will help you pray for him. It is the act of the devil. It is the enemy. Prayer is the key. Let me quote it here. Prayer is the key. Don't leave. Let's stay and pray. He will change soon. And it is this advice, this mantra, this mindset in the name of religion that has removed a lot of our sisters in this very situation. Every time for the last couple years since Osinachi died, every time I hear her voice singing a song, I'm covered in goosebumps. I can't even watch her videos on YouTube. I can't. Because when I hear that shrilly voice, it's an immediate reaction up to this day. And it's a very sad state of affairs. How different things could have just been if the people who claim to love her, the people who should have been responsible for her, had stood up and done something to help out. Anything is better than this. Always being anxious, jacking up your blood pressure, being unhealthy, behaving like, a headless chicken, just because of one man, one marriage that you got yourself into. My sister, this is a clear suicide mission. If she were the husband's sister at her age, can her big brother beat her up like this? And it always starts little but surely. Before I go, this is really what I want to drum in. The people who do these things, they start off the whole, there's a whole Bible about the way this whole thing starts. And if you're somebody that is very outgoing, that has a very strong safety net, family, good friends, people that are all around you, everybody checking up on you, people wanting to know how you're doing, this partner of yours will start breaking down that structure that you have around you by telling you, I don't like this friend of yours. Uncle Harry, thank you so much. I don't like this friend of yours. You're a married woman now. You should have nothing to do with single ladies. How many of us don't get told that? It's almost as if you have 10 friends. You are all single. You're all professional, running your own successful businesses, or you have a career. You're okay. You're happy. Maybe once every month, you guys get together. You go sit somewhere, have a meal, you talk, you discuss. You're so happy. You meet this man, you get married, and the man is telling you, I don't like your friends. These people are not going to be any good influence to you. I want you to stop seeing this one. After your marriage, nobody can come into your house. Why is Sika in your house every week? Every weekend she's coming here. What does she want? Doesn't she know you're now a married woman? Can't she give you some breathing space? Yeah, because they know that when you come and you see things that are not right, you will talk about it. You will bring your friends' attention, your sister's attention to the situation. And that is how it all starts. Tell your mom, she doesn't have to come and see you every weekend. What is this? Every weekend she's calling you. You are now a married man. You are now my responsibility. Can't they just leave us alone to enjoy our marriage? What of the man praying for the woman? This is only a tip of the iceberg. We are seeing the physical abuse. How about the emotional, financial abuse, among other things? All of those things culminates and ends up being that picture that you saw. For some people, they don't have the bravery to go physical, but the emotional wounds that are left sink deeper than the physical stuff. Sores can heal. Yeah. Broken ribs, they may be able to heal to a point. But what never goes, what never leaves you, is the belief system that they've worked on for several weeks, months, and years, and totally eroded from your system. If all the bad things happen to you in this life, and at least you have a belief system, like you still think that you're worth it, you're still somebody, at least you have something to be going on with in this life. But my sister, my brother, I just want you to realize that any man who really genuinely loves you and wants to be a part of your life, wants to take you to the next level, and really wants to be a partner to you, is never intimidated by your friends, your family, your social network, the people who love you. And you, as the woman, need to ask yourself some deep-seated questions. Before this man came into your life, were you healthy? Were you happy? Were you enjoying the circles that you were in? Was it inspiring you? And was it making you a better person? If the answer to that question is yes, then please don't you ever think that because you want to stay married at all cost, that you have to change things about yourself in order to conform to any rules. Anybody who loves you genuinely and really thinks that you're their co-equal, doesn't belittle you, doesn't think that you're less than, by choosing to marry you, has to understand that you must have a good sense of judgment to determine whether somebody or something is good for you or whether it isn't. And if you're going to be with somebody that is so selfish and always thinks that it is my way or no way, wants to totally control you, as if even pets, you can't make a pet do something if they don't want to do it. But a lot of us think that marriage is the end all and be all. That being single is some kind of a disease. But it is still better to be safe. For me, in these ages of mine, to be at peace. Anything and anybody that threatens my peace, I have no qualms about cutting that person out of my life. Why? Because I don't have the energy. I don't have the time for drama. I don't want to leave here before my time. And so peace of mind is my mantra. I'm not saying marriage is bad. If you find the right person that loves you more than sense and forsaking every other person, is going to protect you, is going to profess you, is going to love you, and is going to make your life better. Like you will feel like your life is blessed and complimented because of meeting this other person. Why not? But any relationship that breaks you down, makes you less than yourself, you were happy in your papa house, and you leave that situation to come and be in this toxic relationship called marriage that you think is how every marriage is, my sister, you are missing out and putting yourself and your life in harm's way. Osinachi never thought that that day, that blow was going to be the one that ended up taking her out. Oh, he will change. Let me just stay for another 3 months and see. Oh, he will change. I've seen people make that decision to leave. A few days later, they go back to the security forces and say, oh, this thing, somebody just made it up. That's not what happened. You release him, let him be. He didn't do anything to me. And you allow the person to feel, oh, so she actually enjoys this, this thing that I'm doing to her. Oh, let me do more of the same. And take total control over this person. What will happen next time will be 10 times worse than what you had before. My sister says, now my case be different. My case is different. That lands women in this. We shouldn't go seeking happiness from others. Love shouldn't be martyrdom. Don't be a crew member fixing a broken man. Their moms are their number one enablers. Leave and live. I put that post up last week that it is not your job to join the construction workers on site trying to fix somebody that has made up their mind that they are not going to do any work on themselves. You can't fix anybody. You can't change anybody. You can't pray away brokenness in anybody if the person themselves don't even realize that they have an issue, can even admit to the fact that they have an issue, let alone try to figure out what it is that they need to do in order to be a better person. When a relationship is no longer serving you, my lovely, if a marriage just ends up being tears every single day, every single night, leave and live. It is not my place to tell you to get a divorce. It is not my place to sit here because I get a day and day. You are breaking marriages, you are breaking homes. I'm not breaking anything. I just want my sisters to be safe. It is better to be safe and alive than walking on eggshells and 6 foot under. Take yourself away from that toxic, dangerous situation and seek help and a safe haven for yourself and for your children. Your children also deserve a peaceful environment that they can actually grow and thrive in. If you live in the Calgary, Alberta area, and you're somebody that is going through these things that we are talking about, but don't have the ability to talk about it, please, or you know somebody that could benefit from help, please private message me. I know there are safe spaces here for victims of this situation. They will help you, they will support you, and they will make your life a whole lot better than this situation that you're in, that you think that there's no way out of. They will soon tell you it is paining you that they are married. We must unlearn a lot of things that are taught us by our African parents and society. If it's the devil, let them live with the devil. My sister, you are beautiful. You're amazing. You were made to kick ass, as my sister says, and to live life and allow this whole world to enjoy the gifts and the talents that God put inside of you. Marriage isn't what defines you as a person. You're just a person that God loves and cherishes so much. You have a friend, you have family, you have siblings, sisters, nieces, uncles, people who love you. Please, don't allow anybody born of a woman to think that it is their place and they have the right, just because they paid your bride price, to do things like this to you in the name of marriage. This is no marriage. This is nothing that anybody deserves to go through just because they want to stay married. Please, please, and please share this video. There just might be somebody in your circle of influence that is quietly going through this situation and doesn't know how to talk about it. And as I said, if you live in the Calgary area and you're not safe, you have children, and you don't know what to do in this situation, please private message me and I'll get you to a safe place where you can start your whole life all over again. Nobody, nobody deserves this. Live and live. How I wish we could get a t-shirt with this inscription on. We can do anything, my sister. When you get here, we will do it. I love you so much, my sister, that is listening to me today. You're made for so much. You're amazing. You're a good mom. You're a good human being, just generally. Whoever is doing this to you is intimidated by you because they know there's this power. There's this dunamis power that God has put inside of you. And if they let loose this power inside of you, amazing things will happen. Since that person can't cherish you for who you are, is intimidated by you, thinks that you're going to be better than him, and is trying to slowly but surely make you a shell of yourself. Please, please believe that life has better plans for you than all of this. My name is Sika. I love you so much. And in my next video about this issue, we will talk about what it is that you need to do to take yourself from this kind of a situation before it ends up being the same thing that takes you out of this life. Don't ever think that your case is going to be any different. We have enough examples that I don't want to even talk about anymore. Osinachi, Barbara Tommy, there's so many people. Bimbo, so many. Please, you deserve so much better. I love you so much. Look after yourself, stay beautiful and handsome. And just know that any marriage, any relationship that doesn't have no love, no protection, no professing, that is not your portion. And it is better to be safe and alone than married and 6 foot under. God bless you all. Thank you so much for your time and for listening. Sister Benedicta, God bless you. You know I love you so much. My brother Harry, thank you all for being here. Everybody that's here, please help me and share this video. God bless you. Take care of yourselves. I love you. Mwah. Bye.